Plaintiff Jessica Sloan dated the defendant's brother on and off for 10 years, and they have a child together. Jessica claims after her ex-boyfriend threatened to kill her, she had him arrested. And to get revenge, the defendant started harassing her and even threw a brick at her car, so she's suing. Defendant Shayla Armour says Jessica is extremely disrespectful, and she has always caused drama in their family. Shayla insists Jessica came to her house on the night of the incident to fight her, and she only threw a brick at Jessica's car because she refused to leave.
Prove your case.
I'm here just to let her know to just leave me alone. I know her through her brother. Me and her brother had an off and on relationship for about 10 years. On August of 2010, me and him got into an altercation. He lied about fathering a child by another woman. I broke it off with him. He started choking me, like really just choking me, tore some stuff up in my house. I had my phone in my pocket, so I pulled it out, dialed it on speed dial police. He heard the operator talking, so he ran off. I proceeded to leave as well. I went down to our local pool hall just to get away. He comes walking in with a cutoff shirt on and some shorts. So I'm like, what is you doing? What's going on? So he gets in my face. He's like, right here. And he's like, I'm going to kill you. And he walked off. So I have a friend. He's a professional wrestler. I call him up and I'm like, hey, my baby daddy, he talking crap. He's tripping. So he gets down there and we walk out of the pool hall. As we walking out, we see her brother. He's down the street and he's like, hey, there she is right there. So he starts running towards me. And so I run into another establishment.
What did the wrestler do?
Oh, he didn't. He was just like, I'm just waiting on him to hit you.
He didn't
run because the
guy just chased you.
He just chased me down the street and he didn't do anything.
All right.
I was waiting on him to do something.
Did you tell him you called him to defend you? Or?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just saying, maybe he thought you called him to watch.
No, I called him to defend me, but his thing was he wasn't going to do anything unless he saw him do something to me first.
Chasing you doesn't equal doing something?
I mean, I would have expected him to trip him or something, but he didn't do nothing. We leave out of there.
Wouldn't even trip him.
No, he wouldn't even trip him.
Go ahead.
So we leave out of the establishment, and to make a long story short, her brother goes into the pool hall again, picks up something glass, and throws it at my driver's side car window. So as he's doing this, the police has already come down the street. So they proceed to chase him. They found him, they arrested him, and I pressed charges. The next morning, I got a restraining order against him, and that was that. Probably a month later, September 2010, I was in the driveway of a club called the Fat Cat. I see a car driving past me. Just start calling me name, vulgar language. It's Shayla. She's out hanging out the window. She's like, you got my brother locked up. And
Ma'am?
That is not true. She started it because...
Any other background you want to give me before you get into the incident?
She's just a very disrespectful person. She's always had drama going between me and my family and my brother.
So tell me some examples.
She stole a phone card from my mom a while back.
Quiet. She stole a phone card and
ran the bill up too.
Did you all call the police?
We were going to press charges, but once she found out that she was pregnant with my niece, she was like, well, I'm not going to press charges.
It became a gift.
Yes. So we just dropped it. We don't even get to see our niece because she feels that since my mom is not Anthony's original mother, that we can't see her because she lets Anthony's real mother babysit, but she won't let us see our niece. Maybe
you all work things out and you get to see her.
I don't see any hope with her.
Oh, okay. Not gonna see anybody's child unless you get along with mama. What else?
And whenever my brother got out of jail, we talked to him about the whole incident that happened down at the pool hall. He said that he did not threaten to kill her, but she just feels like she always has to be the victim of every situation, and she's always using the law against us and our family, trying to get us in trouble.
How was he let out of jail?
Well, he did his time because
he did time?
Yeah.
Okay, so did you ask him whether he told the judge he didn't do it?
No.
You didn't ask him?
No.
Hello?
No.
Okay, all right, because if he didn't do it, that might have been something he should tell the judge, and perhaps he wouldn't get convicted unless the judge didn't believe him. All right, you tell me about the incident. She was yelling at you out of the car, you say, and then what?
So as I'm going home, I see the same white car I didn't see nobody get out. And then when I pull up, 2 girls get out the car. So I stopped in the middle of the street. I looked at her and I said, what is your problem?
Why did you do that?
Because I wanted to try to make things with her. I'm trying to make her understand that there was nothing going on. She doesn't know what happened between me and her brother.
Okay.
So at this point,
just a little advice.
Yes.
Anytime someone is in the car yelling and screaming and cursing you, don't stop and get out.
I learned my lesson. I did. I learned my lesson.
What else happened?
So at this point, I realized that she's drunk. I pull up on the side in front of her neighbor's house. So I'm sitting on the phone talking to my friends. I'm like, man, I ain't no talking to this girl. I'm trying to talk to her. She's not listening. So my friend was telling me, just go ahead and leave. You have a daughter. You don't need to be going to jail for no craziness. So I didn't even get to leave, put my car in drive when she threw something at my car. So I get out the car, go around. There's a huge dent. She had a brick in her hand. So I'm like, why you throw a brick in my car? See, now you escalate. At this point, I want to fight her now. So I called my friends back because there's like 6 people in her yard. I know one of them was her sister.
This the wrestler?
No.
Yeah, he might not have been the one to call back.
I called 2 female friends that were with me that night, but they were in their own vehicle.
Were they boxers or?
No.
Okay.
They're just my friends.
All right.
So they come over there. And I'm trying to go to her, and she goes back into the house. Well, this time when she come back out of the house, she got like a long 14-inch kitchen knife. So I'm like, dang, you finna cut me now? My friends pull up. They see her. She studies standing there, making vulgar comments. I'm fat, I'm this, I'm whatever. So her sister ends up coming up to me. She's like, look, you need to leave for my sister messed your car up. I'm like, no, I'm not finna do anything. I'm finna call the police. I didn't even get to call the police when she threw the brick again. She threw the brick twice at my car. So I called the police. They finally get there. I made a police report. My friends made statements. I have a copy of the police report.
And why did you leave, though? Why did you go to her house?
I didn't go to her house. The street that she lives on is to my house.
But you stopped.
Yes, I did.
What was your intention?
I was trying to tell her what was going on.
Okay, so your intention was to come and to speak with a woman who had just cursed you.
Yes.
You had just called your friends on her to come and help you fight her.
No, not to fight her, no.
What did you call them to do?
I just called them for backup in case they were trying to jump me.
That's why I'm asking. Are they police? Are they police?
No.
Right, you called them to help you fight.
Yeah, if I
Go ahead, ma'am. Let me hear from you.
Me and my cousin were at the club. We were leaving, and I was like, oh, look, there's Jessica. I wasn't bad-mouthing her or anything. And when we got home, she was sitting in the street on the phone. And me and my cousin both got out the car and told her to leave. And we told her several times to leave, and she wouldn't leave. So we got out the car, and my cousin went in the house to get my boyfriend and my sister up because we didn't want nothing to happen in front of the house or anything. When my cousin returned outside with my boyfriend, a few minutes later, 2 females had arrived on the other side of the street. And I heard them. They were yelling at me, saying that they were going to jump me and whoop me and all this stuff. And I heard something about a knife. So that's when I went in the house to get a knife. And as soon as I returned outside, my boyfriend grabbed the knife out of my hand and threw it in the yard. And after that, I kept telling her to leave, and she still wouldn't leave. So I was like, if you don't leave, I'm going to throw the brick at your car. And she still didn't leave. So I picked up a brick and I threw it one time and one time only.
All right. Was she prosecuted and convicted?
I don't know what happened after I pressed charges. I didn't have anything else. As far as I know, the charges were dropped, but I don't know.
Do you know why at all?
No.
I know.
All right. And you all haven't had any discussions regarding
3 weeks.
repair or anything?
Yes. My dad called me about a week later saying that he talked to the pastor of her church, saying that if I dropped the charges for her, that she would pay the damages on the vehicle. Okay. So I went to go get an estimate, and I have that here.
Okay. So, ma'am, you agreed through your pastor?
We had him talk to her dad.
Okay. Your mom. This is just your mom? She wants to state your name.
Sharon Armour.
What do you want to tell me?
I know it was wrong on my daughter's part, and it was wrong on her part to be at my home. So I called my pastor, and he was like intervening, to talk to her father. Because it's been going on too long, with us not seeing my granddaughter. I haven't seen her in 5, she's 4.
Work it out with the mama. She'll let you.
I've tried.
All right.
I've tried.
How so?
Well, she said I'm not the real mother. I'm not my son's real mother.
Oh,
he's my stepson, but he's been in my life and been with me most of his life.
What does he say about seeing his child?
They don't get along. They just won't get up. They just can't work it out.
He's not allowed to see the baby either?
No.
Okay, tell him to go to court.
Yes. And with the pastor, he was trying to intervene, and he said, well, if you get an estimate, and I'll pay half, okay? And the father came back and said, if I had $2,000, he would accept that
Her father.
her father for the estimate. This is what my pastor told me.
Okay.
And that I said, that's fine. Bring me an estimate and bring me the pictures.
You haven't seen an estimate yet?
I haven't seen an estimate.
But 2,000 is fine?
No, 2,000 is not fine.
I thought that's what you said you told them.
No.
Let's go over it again.
Okay.
When they came to you and told you the amount, what was your response?
I was like, that was too much. I thought it was too much because her car
because
was
you
an
told me
older car.
something different just
Well,
a second
I didn't mean
ago.
that way, you know.
Okay, good enough. Thank you. All right. And why don't you think you're liable?
And she should have left when I asked her to leave. She had no business parking after we told her to leave.
You called the police?
My neighbor called the police, and I have statements from everybody.
No, why
that was
didn't you?
there. Because I didn't have a phone at the time, and
You didn't
I was
own
trying
a
to keep-
phone?
I didn't have a phone at the time.
In
It
your
was the
house?
It wasn't. I have a cell phone, and it was in the house.
Why didn't you go in and call the police?
Because I was outside trying to make sure that they didn't come into the yard and try to do anything.
No, if they try to do what? If you're in the house, they can't do anything.
I know.
You don't have locks on your door?
Yes.
All right. All right, you're liable. This isn't self-defense. She did nothing to you. She got there, yes, acting a fool outside in your yard. You had the opportunity to retreat. You did no such thing. You have your estimate?
Yes, I do.
What happened with the charges?
They got dropped because of
Why?
insufficient evidence
Okay.
and conflict of the statements.
All right. Well, you've admitted to breaking her window, and I ask you, why didn't you go in the house to call the police and avoid some violence? And you said you wanted to watch your yard. So I'm going to grant her judgment, $2,288. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
I won't let them see the baby because of the environment that they stay in. If they change that, then I don't have a problem with it.
The environment she means is that I run a facility that I take care of disabled people, and I'm there almost 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. And if she said, Sharon, you can see the kid, I have a home that I can go to, so I don't feel like that's an excuse.
I would like to see my niece, and I don't feel just because her and my brother are like at it doesn't mean that I can't see my niece just because of them, because I'm a completely different person than my brother. So I don't feel just because they have something going on that I shouldn't be able to see my niece.